Alright everybody, so working on the P-47 build, and what I wanted to do was to create a cockpit floor that was a little bit more to scale. So looking at reference photos, this is the basics of what I've got. So we look at the model kit. It shows the front bulkhead here, and then these horizontal slats that run along the floor all the way up, and then the two rudder pedal skid plates are here at the front with a control column actuator set just in front of where the control column would go. So this I can replicate with solder, just a bent piece of solder and a couple of loops of aluminum tubing. So I can replicate that. We also have, I think on the floor there's the wobble pump, which is a way to pump fuel into the engine prior to starting. It's called a wobble pump because you wobble the handle to pump the gasoline into the cylinder head. And then on the other side there's, I think, what would amount to a tail wheel lock foothold for the tail wheel lock lever. I'm pretty sure that's what the other node would be here. But I just wanted to more or less come up with something that would look like the flooring, which is that ridged or ribbed floor plate. And all I did was take the template, the paper cardstock template that I had used to come up with the proper size for the birch ply floor, and then laid tape across it, drew an outline first of how I wanted the floor to look, and then just laid strips of masking tape across, leaving the two openings there for the rudder pedal skid plates or glide plates. The idea there is that your heels can slide more easily. That's usually an aluminum strip in those two parallel rectangular openings. So when I get to paint, around a painting, the floor will be a zinc chromate, and then those openings I'll just lay some silver. I might just paint silver masking tape strips cut to that width and length and just lay those in there. I'm not sure which way we'll go. Either I'll paint them or I'll lay painted tape strips into them. One way or the other, we'll get those represented, and it'll be a little more scale. And again, I'm not going necessarily for museum quality. If I were, I'd be using tin plate or some sort of metal plating and ridging it. So we're not doing that. I want something that when you look down through the canopy and past the pilot who's going to be sitting in there, you'll see what looks like at least a representation of the proper flooring appearance, right? Just basics, right? Again, the focus of my efforts is always to make as much of a scale representation as I can without taking 2 or 3 years on a project. That day will probably come, but it's not now. So I just do it this way. I try to replicate as many of the key or most essential visual elements of a scale model in such a way that it's relatively easy to do and not too time consuming. Okay, so this is the state of our project. I do have the stringers on. We do have a cockpit floor. I can start working on the side walls eventually. We'll probably remove a little bit more material from this bulkhead here, number, what is that, 6, I think. I think that's number 5. So we'll cut that a little closer to the side keel and parallel to the existing cut. So about a 3/16 in, and then a little bit more material hogged out, so that the side wall will sit flush against that, and that'll be the width of our cockpit. All right, everybody. Thanks for viewing. Have a good day.